Welcome back to the episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. We are going to do our breakdown of the first round of the NFL Draft. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Free to you. Really means a lot to the channel. We want to continue to grow our family. We appreciate all y'all's interactions, whether you're comment, liking, or even just calling us ugly. Whatever happens, we appreciate it. So, all right, we're going to jump right into this. Pittsburgh fan, Panthers fan, no alliances. Yeah, just general football fan. What I really want to do this, we're not going to break down the whole first round. But tell me your team that you think. Obviously, you probably can't say Pittsburgh in this one because they really only have one.
I'm not going to say Pittsburgh. It's only one pick, even though I feel like getting a Pickett at 20 was kind of a surprise and it's a good buy.
Yeah.
But they definitely didn't win the first round.
Yeah,
there's too many teams out there that have multiple great picks.
Won the first round, whether that's like who they picked and where they picked or however you feel.
So I think the Jets had a tremendous first round.
That's been the name.
The Jets go out and get Sauce Gardner at 4, who I'm surprised Derek Stingley went over Sauce Gardner.
I'm shocked.
We were blown away by that because
absolutely,
immediately after
and we were like, what
the Jets were like immediately were like, Sauce. Like they were like, you kidding me? But how is he still here?
To go out and get Sauce Gardner, to get Garrett Wilson, who was arguably probably one of the best receivers in this group.
Yeah, there really didn't feel like there was somebody that was the top receiver. There felt like there was like 4 guys that are all elite, right?
Right. And then to trade up in the 26 and get Jermaine Johnson, who was arguably the number 2 or number 3 defensive end in this draft.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets had a tremendous draft. I was really surprised that, I know there have been murmurs and rumors about it all day long about Trayvon Walker going over Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I think Aiden Hutchinson was the safest pick to go number 1, and I think Trayvon Walker just had the most upside. But the problem with Trayvon Walker is he played on that defense with so many star-studded, star-studded defense. You really don't know if he only got 6 sacks because he had so many people around him, or if he's just not going to be that type of player in the NFL.
I don't think if you watch his tape to me, he doesn't scream pass rushing defense. He doesn't scream to Jadeveon Clowney or Myles Garrett to me.
Right.
He screams a guy that is versatile in being able to stop the run and pass rush.
Right.
He's a big body that's hard to block. He latches on well. Like he doesn't scream star to me like all pro. Going to go get 20 sacks a season kind of guy. But Aiden Hutchinson looks almost like he's a little bit better pass rusher and just not as good in the run defense.
Like I said, he was the safest number 1 pick.
Yeah. The defense to Trayvon Walker is, did he play on a team? Well, it's not the defense, it's probably the question. Did he play on a team where he was surrounded by so much talent that he looked good?
That's my argument.
Or was he on a team that was so good that he couldn't put up the same stats because everybody
else was so good around him?
So
it's hard to differentiate that because Georgia set a record for all the different they set so many different in this draft.
There are
defensive players being drafted in the first round.
They had 5
overall in the entire draft. The most defensive players When he's surrounded by that much talent, it's going to be so hard for him to stand out.
Yeah, because Jordan Davis was the name that everybody knew. Now he went later in the first round, and I think he's going to play amazing at Philadelphia.
Yeah,
because he's going to be almost it's like the Fletcher Cox, the next Fletcher Cox for them, basically.
Right.
So that'll be cool to see. I tell you, this is hard for me to choose because I love 2 teams and the way they played the first round. I love the New York Giants and I love the Baltimore Ravens.
The Giants did very well at their first round.
I was going to say the Giants. I was going to say the Giants. Like the Jets, I do think won the first round with the 3 picks. They got 3 stellar picks, but the way the Giants at 5 and 7. There's a lot of talk in how they should have taken Evan at 5 instead of taking at 7. But I think the reason they took Thibodeau so early was because they were worried about him getting taken at 6 by Carolina.
Well, or somebody trading up at 6.
Yeah. What I think
they knew Evan Neal was going to sit there.
Yeah.
So they had the choice of whatever offensive tackle they wanted.
Yeah, there was 3 of them.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, whether ultimately getting Kevin Thibodeau at 5 gave them either Evan Neal or Akeem.
Yeah, they knew they were getting one of the guys. Yeah. They were getting a very good offensive tackle. Yeah. They were worried about that
either number 1 or the number 2. It didn't matter which one. And to them, it didn't really matter which one they got. They knew they were going to get one of them.
But I love both of these teams for the same reason. They sat the picks they had and they took what I think is superstar players.
Oh, absolutely.
Kyle Hamilton was a top 5 pick for me.
See, right here, this is what kind of like made me like what are you doing here? Where Minnesota traded to Detroit for Detroit to come back up and get Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
You know, it tells you that either Detroit really didn't want to get Kyle Hamilton, or B, they didn't know what they really wanted, because if you think about it, when they traded back down, they ended up getting a safety too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you passed up on Kyle Hamilton, who was arguably the best safety in the draft.
Oh, not
probably one of the best all around athletes that was in this draft.
Yeah.
So-
I'll die on this cross. Kyle Hamilton will be a All-Pro. He's like a perfect mixture, and I said this in Tennessee when I was in Nashville over the weekend. This is happening. You're gonna love this. He's a perfect mixture of Earl Thomas with that ball hawking coverage ability, and just not Troy Polamalu, but he's like him. He has that ability to go up and tackle. He can play almost as an extra outside linebacker. He's 6'4", 215, almost 225 at this point. Like, he is just going to be such a great pick for Baltimore, which I know you hate to hear, but he is going to be such a great pick.
It's a
It's a great pick.
It's a
You
great
can't
pick for
hate it.
Baltimore. No, absolutely. But like I said, the only thing that I question is what was Minnesota thinking when they trade. I mean, yes, they got a little bit of draft capital in it, but you end up still taking a safety. And if I had to choose between Lewis Cine, whatever his name is, and Kyle Hamilton, I'm going Kyle Hamilton all day long.
Yeah.
No.
And then Tyler Linderbaum for Baltimore as well.
Oh, that's a great pick for
Just
Baltimore.
the best center I've seen in a draft in at least 5 years. I mean, just run blocking, just knowledge,
smart,
just smart, fantastic.
And
So, all right, so we got Giants. I'm going to go Ravens. And you're
No,
gonna
I'm sticking with the
I'm
Jets.
sticking with the Jets.
But I wanted to highlight the Giants too.
The
They did
Giants
very well.
had a great draft right there at 5 and 7. Like, because we talked about it the entire time. Because when we were watching it, we were like, "Oh, are they going to go tackle here?" Because they could have easily gotten both tackles.
Yeah, they really could have.
Or 2 out of the 3.
We were expecting the two of the 3 to go to the Giants.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let us know in the comments who you think won the first round and why. As always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.